Hello, Magi here, and welcome back to another episode of Top 10 Lists. Have you guys ever come across a scene that made you question, what the fuck? Not in the creepy or disturbing kind of way, but in terms of confusing and unexplainable. Something that kept you thinking, why is this happening? Let me give you an example. Simple, yet effective. Yukari is giving the middle finger. My question is, what propelled Yukari to give the middle finger while using her gap? Or this, while Kane may be a baby, that's not gonna stop this little toddler in thinking, what the hell is going on? So, without further ado, let's begin the top 10 speculation fuel Touhou pictures. Number 10. Now back in school, I never read unless it was needed, like for homework and such. So the amount of books I read when I was younger was practically in the single digits. Surprisingly, as I got older, I've been much more interested in reading. Manga works, light novels, doujin works, and fanfiction. If I had told my past self that I enjoyed reading nowadays, I'm sure he would have bitch slapped me. Now, of all the times I've been reading, I can safely say this has never occurred before. I won't lie. If all my books were as shining as this and created rainbows and stars, I would have enjoyed it as a kid. Actually, cross that. I'm pretty sure the light would fuck with my eyes if I kept staring at it. But for real, what is Kozuzu reading that it's so majestic, if that's the correct word? Clearly, Kozuzu is mesmerized or amazed at this piece of literature, and the only thing we can get out of it is the dirty cover artwork with Sanae, Reimu, and Marisa. Not much we can go by, that's for sure. As long as she's enjoying it, it's all good. Number 9. Now I love music, listen to it every single day. Hell, if it weren't for it, I wouldn't have learned Touhou. The main thing is that it's very important to me. I'm not surprised there are others who love it more, but this person takes it to another level. Now I can appreciate Remelia's headphones as I too use over-the-ear headphones practically every day from either work or home. The difference between Remelia and I is, well, my shit is fucking connected! Either wires or Bluetooth. Remelia on the other hand has neither. Even so, she's dancing as happily as she can. Now the question that Flandre and I are asking right now is, what the bloody hell is she listening to? And I just checked the wiki to be sure, and vampires don't have increased hearing. So yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that and just say have fun dancing, Remelia. Number 8. Now when it comes to Touhou, we have some characters who Zune was too lazy to give out names. Dayusei, Kokuma, and Tokiko. 3 characters whose name came from the fans. 2 were from EOSD and another from Curiosities. Although all 3 have nothing in common aside from having no names, it appears there's something the trio can enjoy. When it comes to having a good time, my friends and I usually like to eat, play games, or watch some shows. You know, the usual. Never once did any of us thought the nuking of our home was a fun time. Speaking of that, what and why is the Estion being blasted to oblivion? What, did the Estion piss off the Moon Girls that badly that the Lunarians wanted to wipe them off the face of Gensokyo? Probably best I don't know. Number 7. I mentioned earlier I've started to read more and have been enjoying it, and although I've been fond of reading, I've never encountered at times where my book was bloody shining with bright lights and rainbows upon. Nor has this occurred to me before. Now I've read humor, action-oriented, romance, emotional, and many different types of genres of stories, but I can safely say it's never gotten so spicy, I think, as it's shown for Alice. You can tell Alice's reading material is S tier where not only is she blushing with a nosebleed, but her entire body is trembling, which causes her coffee to spill. Not cool, Alice. Raymond could have drank that coffee. What a waste of good coffee. Not that I can taste it, but you know. Seeing Alice's reaction just makes me curious of what she's reading, for better or worse. Number 6. Now I like to go out to restaurants whenever I can as I like to experience new meals and tastes, especially if the place can make my favorite dishes even better. And while fast food is a good option when it comes to pricing, I've seen too many YouTube videos revealing the horrors behind the joints, so I'm good with chilling in the local scene. But even those can be shady at times. What's the Eel Rice Bowl with issues? I had a streak of fantastic sales on Eel Rice Bowls before. Oh, right. They were record-setting sales, but I ran out of lamprey. That actually isn't eel on top of the rice in the Eel Rice Bowls with issues. But you called it Eel Rice Bowl, didn't you? I am so tilted right now. Let's start with the backstory of the dish. While it's good to know that the dish is successful, why is it called Eel Rice Bowl with issues? Sounds more like a success story. And the main point of this strip, if you're selling this eel bowl, but it doesn't contain eel, then what the fuck is Parsi eating then? Now that's like fast food level type of deception there, but that's just me. But to be fair, given Mystia's backstory, it's not surprising she would take this deceptive role. Number 5. When it comes to the fandom, you can expect our resident Nekomata to be portrayed in some cutesy fashion. One I'm totally fine with. But sometimes, things don't always go well for Chen. Here's an example. Absolutely forbidden? While I'm sure Ran or Yukari weren't too thrilled in seeing Chen's tears, you have to wonder what is Chen prohibited from doing. I was trying to think of a good joke, but the comments in this picture summed it up quite well. Yes, Chen is absolutely forbidden. That cracked me up and is 90% of the reason why I chose this picture. If she can't honk, Chen won't be a happy cat. Number 4. So I was just talking about Kookuma and Dayuse and how they're part of the No Name Club, a very exclusive club indeed. Just like the last picture where they enjoyed watching the SDM get fucking nuked, it appears the two have another activity they like to enjoy together. At first glance, it may seem innocent with how Dayuse looks confused and how Kookuma is winking at us with a heart. That is, until you read the kanji here. It's translated to disturbed. That is most certainly not a good sign. And if you take a closer inspection of the two girls, you'll notice that they're both carrying something. A shovel and a knife that's bloody. I don't want to know what the bloody hell had happened. No pun intended. There's another comment I have to highlight for this. A good friend will help you move. A really good friend will help you move a body. A quote that's a little too real when it comes to these two. Like I said, if the Busy Person series has taught me anything, what the fuck? Don't fuck with Dayuse. Number 3. Now Flandre Scarlet is a vampire, meaning she's a powerhouse. With the strength of an Oni and the speed of a Tengu, you know she's going to be dishing out damage. And it only gets crazier when you realize she has the power to destroy anything. But the one thing that's always stood out for me when it came to Flandre are her wings. I've never seen such crystalline wings before. I've always wondered if they can even be used to fly. This next picture doesn't answer anything. If your reaction was just like Romelia's, I don't blame ya. But wait, there's more. Yeah, fruits. Because crystal wings weren't ridiculous as fuck to begin with. Believe it or not, that's not her final form. Okay there, Flandre. From crystals, to losing them, to fruits, and a forest from the looks of it. I'm just gonna say fuck that, I'm out of here and pretend we never saw this. Number 2. Now Momiji doesn't get much representation when it comes to canon, but when it comes to the fandom, you know our awooing Tengu guard is gonna get some attention. Like many other characters, her fan arts can no doubt be amazing and beautiful. Let me show you an example of that. This picture is leaning more towards the awesome and badass aspect, which is cool. Swinging her sword like that can surely intimidate some people. But there's something I want to note. What's that? Yuka! Is that you? Oh shit, I was certainly not expecting that. I know Momiji is a Tengu guard, but holy fuck! I did not realize her job description required her to beat Yuka up. Like, legitimately. what situation could have occurred where Yuka and Momiji battled, and not only that, have Yuka lose. And look at Momiji, she doesn't look hurt at all, which begs me to ask, how bloody strong is Momiji? Because after seeing this picture, it's best I don't diss her ever. Number 1. When it comes to Marisa, there are a lot of things you can associate her with. Thievery, lying, black and white, messy, and destructive, to name a few. But if there had to be one thing that truly symbolizes Marisa, that would have to be the signature Master Spark, practically Marisa's Kamehameha or Rasengan, her trump card if you will. Let's just say she was able to utilize it in a unique way. You may be asking how in the unholy of bloody duck fuck did Master Spark correlated to Alice getting mustard squirted inside her mouth? And that's a very good question. In one of the comments, it mentions one of the Pixie V tags related to this picture says Mustard Spark. So yeah, there we go. I bet you weren't expecting this, now were ya? But anyway, like always, I gotta ask, what the hell happened that forced Marisa to Mustard Spark Alice? Like, did she troll around too much that it pissed off Marisa, which led to this? Did Alice find a special rare mushroom before Marisa did? Like really? What the fuck, man? If you can figure out an explanation, by all means, let me bloody know, as I'm sure many of us will want to know why Alice is suffering like this. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. Which pictures were your favorite? Do you want to know what Romelia was supposedly jamming to? After all this time, are you still wary of Dayusei? And do you feel Alice is gonna survive her mustard sparking? Because I get the feeling she's gonna need another life. If you guys enjoyed this episode, please give it a like and subscribe, or else I might be in Alice's position. And if that happens, fucking kill me please. Either way, this is Magi and thanks again for watching.